Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Sarah Louise. I'm a reader of the cosmic weather. I'm an intuitive and I'm here to share with you what's coming up this week. So what energy is going to be around, what those planets are doing and what that means for us, and how you can best navigate yourself through the week. So, we know we're in heavy times. We're still in November. It was never going to be a super cruisy month. Yeah, we've talked about this for a while. But this week, I feel like there is definitely a little bit of lightness, and that is because we are in Sagittarius season now. We are well and truly a few days in, and we're going to really start to feel that shift in energy. So remember that Scorpio season's like go deep, get raw, like be vulnerable, like face the shadow, death, rebirth. Like it's intense. The energy is intense and there's kind of no hiding. Yeah. As we come into Sagittarius season, the energy lightens up. It's like a little bit like, okay, you've been home in that dark room for a week. Let's go. Let's get outside. Let's have a bit of an adventure, be a bit more optimistic, lighten up, have a bit of fun. Yeah. And I feel like it's always a reward after Scorpio season. Yeah. So there's definitely a lightness in this week. Definitely because of that Sagittarius season. In saying that, it feels a little bit like the floor that we're walking on feels a little bit like, not unsure, but just different. Yeah. So remember that big Pluto now is into Aquarius. Many say this is the true age of Aquarius really beginning. This is the beginning of a massive kind of 18-20 year cycle that's going to create the biggest change we're going to see in our lifetime, boom, 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 in some kind of really big areas. And we're not even a week into that. So there's definitely this kind of like, ooh, this feels a bit different. But it's not, it's not a week, 2 week cycle. It's not like, oh, we're in this window for a couple of weeks. This is the beginning of a massive, years of change and transformation. I talked a lot about it last week. So, what it is doing though this week is it's creating just this little sense of like, oh, it feels a little bit new. Can I trust it? And I want to talk about that word trust, because it's really, that is our word of this time, right? We have to trust more than ever something kind of greater than ourselves, be that the universe, be that whatever, the lights, God, whatever that is for you, that, everything is working out perfectly, and we are on path for evolution and change and growth for the better, because in this external chaotic world, there's so much happening that can really take us off our kind of high vibration, take us off down into those kind of like, anger and sadness and pain and suffering. And don't get me wrong, it's like we all need to have open hearts and send love and empathy and kindness. But we don't really want to be going into those fear-driven, angry places, because that's the energy that we're going to share on this earth, and there's enough of that at the moment on earth. So I feel like more than ever, and another thing happening this week is Mercury's going retrograde. So we know that when Mercury retrogrades, we kind of turn inwards a little bit. We're in Sagittarius season. Remember, the archer has its arrow pointing inwards because it wants us to go inwards. Yeah. Aquarius is quite independent and kind of, quite happy in their own space. Yeah. Quite individual. yeah? And I feel like our work at the moment is to really work on our internal kind of being, you know, where are our, you know, this part of us that is our kind of solid strength, and it needs to be really stable and really aligned and not be tilted constantly by external. Yeah, so you know, if we're not feeling strong in ourselves and we're not fully aligned, and you know, we're not clear and calm, every little wave that comes by is going to knock us over, and those waves are going to come crashing. Yeah, and we don't want to constantly be doing this. So our work at the moment is to work on our internal being, like our internal space, our thoughts, our, you know, our energy. Yeah, so how can I explain this better? You know, say you or say you work with some real grumpy person. Yeah, if you're not solid and strong in your peace and your happiness and your joy and your light, every time you come into contact with that person, it's going to affect you. Oh, they're so grumpy. Oh, they're really oh, they said blah. And you're going to constantly, you know, and then let's turn on the news or let's listen to what's happening over there. And you know, our energy is like, and as I said, we don't need any more of that on this earth. What we need is light, love, compassion, empathy, alignment, trust. Yeah, and sending that out. It's okay, like just the process. Yeah, I know we can't see it right now and it's really hard to be in fear, but it's gonna be okay. Like things are gonna really work out. And I know you don't really like what's happening over there, but maybe there's a bigger picture that you can't see with your limited mind. Maybe. Yeah? So if we constantly work on ourselves, you know, where are my values? Where are my passions? You know, am I living in alignment to them? You know, how am I practicing my meditation? How am I practicing being grounded? How am I practicing, you know, keeping my energy super clear and flowing? Yeah? Not my circus, not my monkeys, not my circus, not my monkeys. And we stay in that beautiful space and we just shine that out to the world. I tell you what, we're so much more useful to be here rather than, oh, it's so bad, did you know? Like, oh, it's like so, brings the energy right down. I actually believe that we're in like the most incredible times right now. Yeah, incredible. And change has to happen because, you know, where we were going was like over here. So, you know what? Yeah, it's chaos. But it's going to be good. You know, and the reason that I'm talking a lot about this kind of internal world right now is because if I look into the energy of 25, like, it's not like all peace and roses and flowers, but we can be, you know? I get criticized sometimes. Oh, you know, you just live in this kind of bubble and like you're always so happy. Like, yeah, it's really nice in that bubble. It's really beautiful. And in that bubble, all that happiness, I'm constantly putting it out and sending it out and sharing it with the world. Yeah. So I know it's crazy out there. It's not going to change, but you can change how it affects you. And you can live this life, and trust me, it's very short. You're not here forever. Yeah, so you have a choice how you live each day, and you can live it in joy and love and hope and happiness and trust. Yeah, and smile. Or you can live in it going, world's so bad, it's really shit, oh my god, can you believe it, blah, blah, blah. All this like, you know, Mother Earth's doing this and doing that. Yeah, trust her, she's our mother. Yeah. So, internal, yeah. I think as well, right, you know, like we need to celebrate our wins. We're coming to the end of a hectic year. Like, celebrate how far you've come, you know. Give yourself some love, lighten up a little bit. Like, we're out Scorpio season, lighten up, have a bit of fun, have a laugh, yeah. Choose your group wisely, yeah, because we do become like the ones we share our time with. And go where you're vibing. Go when you're, you know, go find the people that inspire you and light you up. You want to have those deep conversations with. They're your people. Yeah. It's an incredible life right now. Yeah. I do get sad sometimes that people aren't living it and enjoying it, but, you know, we've all just got a bit lost in the chaos. So just come back to simple life this week. Yeah. It's really cool. Have an amazing week. We've got a new moon at the end of this week. I think it falls on kind of Saturday, Sunday, so I'll talk about it next week. But, you know, that will be really about, you know, every new moon we want to plant some new seeds of intention. So throughout this week, like have a little think, you know, are my values, am I living in alignment? If not, how can I kind of come more true to myself? How can I be more authentic? What do I need? What seeds do I need to plant to keep on this path? Yeah. And it's not like we just plant some seeds and that's it, we're done. We're constantly evolving and growing and walking down this path of life. So we've got to constantly be growing with that. Yeah, it's not like you do your spiritual work and then it's done, or you do your kind of, you know, you read a book and then you're good forever. Like, no, like you read a book and then you read another one and then another one, and then you learn a bit more, and then you plant some more seeds, and then you grow and you evolve. Yeah? I love you all. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you next week.